Fox News alert, brand new threats from ISIS. The terror group releasing a new video pledging to make New York City its next target, and focusing on Times Square, which is about a block from where I'm standing right now. This just the latest from an organization whose brutal actions know no boundaries, from beheadings to setting victims on fire and terrorizing an entire city. How do you defeat an enemy willing to kill and die for their extreme beliefs? Let's talk to Dr. Jasser, who is the founder and president of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy and the author of the book, A Battle for the Soul of Islam. Good morning to you, Dr. Jasser.
Good morning, Steve.
We know they are driven by religion, and so I know you've got a Quran right there. And what passages do you want to read to us to explain?
Well, this is so important, Steve, because, listen, on a daily basis, they use the passages of what we believe is God's word to inspire their people. And it's important to look at these passages. We Muslims read it as our Quran. Chapter 3, verse 56 says, "As to those who reject faith, I will punish them with terrible agony in this world and in the hereafter, nor will they have anyone to help." That's God speaking to Muslims. Chapter 8, verse 12, "I will cast terror into the hearts of those who disbelieve. Therefore, strike off the heads and strike off every fingertip or their joints of them." So that sounds quite radical statements, but the issue is I can give, many Muslims can give apologetics and then give you other passages that talk about peace, etc., but we just dismiss it. And if you Google these things, 90% plus, 99% of the internet traffic of the messaging about these verses is from radicals who say God tells them to kill the disbelievers, etc. Moderate Muslims who say, you know what, that second passage just refers to the Battle of Badr, 624 AD, can't be applied anywhere else. It was God giving Muslims permission to defend themselves. That's an apologetic, but if we would flood the internet with that message, you could counter the radicalization and say, you know what, the first one just applied to God talking to Muslims. Right. ISIS thinks they're God. They can't do that.
That is interesting. You know, you just mentioned moderate Muslims. I'm sure you saw the video a couple of days ago of just before a soccer match in the country of Turkey, which is filled, we're told, with moderate Muslims. During the moment of silence, people were not silent. In fact, they were yelling Allahu Akbar. And we've got some video right here. What do you make of that? And I know that, you know, in Turkey, it seems like they side with ISIS more than with the West, which is scary to us.
Well, remember what's happening in Turkey. You've got now a AKP party, which is the Muslim Brotherhood of Turkey, the Islamists, that have been dominating Turkey for 10 years. But there's still a major battle between the secularists who don't want a theocracy and the Islamists who are dominating the government and radicalizing their population. So that battle happens. There's nothing more with more fervor than a soccer match. So the Islamists, even though they may not like the means of ISIS, they still are on the same team. And there's no better metaphor than a soccer match where you've got some people silent at home doing nothing, the fans in the stands cheering rather than them being on the side of Greece. They're on the side of the Islamists. And this is sort of like, you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's stage one of radicalization, where they're on the team of the Islamists and they cheer for it instead of having compassion for the Greeks. And that's how they get radicalized. They go from the stadium to the field on the side of the Islamists.
Dr. Jasser, nobody knows this topic better than you. Thank you so much for getting up so early to talk to us today, Doctor.
Thanks, Steve.